Hey everybody, welcome to Technically Unraveled. I am Kristen Fehrenbach, the Senior Director of Microsoft Go-to-Market Solutions here on our corporate team at Pax8. Please make sure that you are liking, subscribing, sharing, doing all of those great things. We have lots of content that's going to be coming every single Thursday at 2 p.m. Mountain Time. I might have said it was 4 last week. It is 2 p.m. Mountain Time, guys. We will see you every week at that time. Today, we actually have a Brittan Trembley that's going to be joining us. We're going to talk about business premium. But before we get to that, I want to make sure that we're going through some really important updates. So first and foremost, MCPP has been a little bit challenging for everybody. We want to make sure that you have everything that you need. So if you don't have a Pax8 Academy login, please make sure that you get one of those because there is an MCPP course that is live. They've got a full-on matrix. You go in, it shows you what certifications, what information you need to be able to get specific designations. Super, super cool stuff. Very important. Next, want to make sure that we are talking about this because it gets a little bit touchy here. So there are some global pricing updates for Microsoft. They're working to make sure that these specific currencies, they're really consistent. Please go to Partner Center. We're going to be talking about it a little bit more in monthly newsletters, all of that good stuff, but it will all be available in the links down below. Please make sure you're checking that out. Next, we have the NCE annual subscriptions. That renewal process is starting. So as you know, NCE just hit the 1-year birthday anniversary, whatever you want to call that. Want to make sure that you know that some of those are going to be coming up. And want to make sure that we also are talking about if you have a promotional discount, that might be falling off soon. If you have any questions, please get with your account team. They are ready to help you navigate forward, whatever makes the most sense there. Something that's not as fun, but I feel like it's super important, is the Azure fraud cases. So we're seeing an influx, and it's not just a certain indirect provider, it's Microsoft all up. There's a lot of fraud that's happening specifically with Azure. So there's a couple of ways to mitigate that. We're going to have a ton of stuff that's going out, partner communications. We're going to have some blogs coming out. But first and foremost, if MFA is not on, that is what we need to start with. So Britten and I are going to talk about that a little bit more, but want to make sure that we are calling that out. So please make sure that you're on the lookout for any additional information to come about that specifically. Lastly, Microsoft Partner Monthly Update. That was sent out on the 10th of January. There's lots of places you can go and get it. Probably went to your email, but you can also go and check it out via a couple of those links. So those are always readily available for you. But I want to go ahead and introduce Britten. Thanks so much for joining us today.
Thanks for having me. I'm excited to be here. Yes, I'm Brittan Trembley, the
Excellent.
Director of Go-to-Market Solutions in Microsoft's Modern Workplace here at Pax8. I've been loving my time with the
Excellent.
Pax8 team, and I think that we can all agree that 2022 brought a lot of things forward for Microsoft partners, and Pax8 is helping those partners make that relationship simpler and a lot more successful. Before joining the Pax8 team, I was working with Microsoft partners on growing their offers for nonprofit organizations through grants and solutions offered by Microsoft's Tech for Social Impact. I'm really excited to share that Pax8 has a healthy, growing group of partners that work in the nonprofit space too. So if you're looking to expand your practice serving mission-driven organizations, Pax8 can support you in that growth as well.
There's so much stuff that we're going to unpack today, Britten. So I'm really excited that you're here. You haven't been at Pax8 that long. How many months has it been?
Just now 6 months. It feels like so much longer, but coming up.
Yeah, I mean, I think we kind of all live in dog years here at Pax8, and I think you really hit on something that 2022 Microsoft, they kind of put us through the ringer a little bit. I mean, we had NCE, we have now a couple different programs. I think that just these progressions of these acronyms are getting a little crazy on their own, but excited to go ahead and dive right in. So we're going to be talking a lot about business premium. Now, I know that it's been definitely a hero SKU for Microsoft. And previously, Microsoft wasn't really known as a security vendor, right? Like we had these different areas and little different pockets. And, we really talked about productivity being Microsoft. And then you had Azure, that was Microsoft. But they really are just a security vendor at this point. So tell us some of the reasons why partners might be interested in business premium, Britton.
Absolutely. all the things we say about 2022 having complications, this is pretty simple. So we're helping you simplify your stack, sharing those top 5 reasons that Microsoft 365 Business Premium is the best choice for your SMB customers. The number one reason comes in as collaboration and communication, making that more effortless. The future of work is creating cohesive teams across time and space. And Microsoft Teams enables meaningful synchronous work, like the ability to be here live together. But equally as important is the asynchronous capabilities that powers teams to do their best work together and apart. And with flexibility at the forefront, employees need access to modern collaboration tools that make it possible for them to brainstorm, work together on a project, go over edits, approve things remotely and in real time. Microsoft 365 Business Premium enhances productivity through Teams chats and meetings, webinars, as well as shared files, documents, and the Teams channel plugins. If you want to make things
Brittan,
even
I wore
simpler.
this shirt with a purpose because, I mean, we've got Microsoft Teams today. I want to make sure we're really hitting on this because, Brittan, you don't live in Denver. I don't live in Denver. When we were doing your interviews, we were on the phone, we were on Teams. I mean, consistently, we're going through the day making sure that we are running our business here at Pax8 pretty much exclusively through Teams. I mean, from putting our files in, different teams. We're just making sure that, hey, you know what? Everything is collaborative. And just because you might not live where our HQ is doesn't mean that you can't work for this company. And I mean, remote work, I think it's here to stay. I think that's been proven at this point. I mean, wouldn't you agree?
I would absolutely believe that it's here to stay. And you can continue to simplify with Teams, working with Teams rooms when you're in the office, assigning numbers to your teammates so they can use Teams phone. It keeps the communication tools all in one place so they can spend less time switching between apps and searching for files and more time doing the work that's meaningful to their team.
You know what?
Which
One of my
brings us to
favorite
the
things
next
in
piece, I
teams,
think.
I know. I'm like, look, when I can get in a team and I can pin something to the top and I'm like, hey, this is the OneNote we're working in. It's all just in one place and I'm not having to flip from here to my phone to a group text to a WhatsApp to an anything. Like if I can do that all in one place, I'm like, hey, productivity is really there. So tell me another reason why we really love Business Premium.
Well, we want to make sure that the people accessing the data are on the team. So Microsoft 365 Business Premium protects against unwanted access. Team members need access to data and files in the office or on the go, as we're mentioning, and Microsoft 365 Business Premium's data protection features help organizations safeguard their business critical data, ensuring only authorized teammates have access to it. We'll slow down on this one to say multi-factor authentication has been shown to halt 99.9% of identity attacks, protecting against lost and stolen passwords. So we're going to slow down and define that. MFA
99
requires
point what?
99.9. Multi-factor
Like, why would they not
authentication.
have it on? Why would we
That's
not have this on if it is that high? I don't understand.
If anyone is watching this live that doesn't have it on, help us out. Let me know. How?
Excellent.
MFA requires individuals to present a second form of authentication. So they're using a verification code or a physical token and confirming their identity before accessing resources within the cloud tenant. Business Premium comes with conditional access policies that help ensure only authorized personnel have access to the information. Those policies allow you to specify access restrictions based on many factors: time of day, device, location. Aside from unwanted access, there's a lot of other security needs that SMBs have. So that will roll us right into number 3.
Let's do it.
Business Premium helps protect against threat and attack. So phishing attacks often come as email attachments from hackers and dubious sources. And that's why Microsoft 365 Business Premium has real-time AI-powered malware scanning technology that automatically scans attachments and links in shared docs across email, Teams, and OneDrive. neutralizing those phishing attacks upon arrival.
I think that
Anti
Rob was really excited to like jump in there. I mean, we saw him flash up for a
Look,
second. Rob, you
I
want to talk about
look.
business premium?
No, that there's a lot of buttons in front of me right now, and sometimes I push the wrong one. But I do
Well,
have
thanks for
MFA enabled.
producing,
I do.
Rob. Yes, excellent. All right. Well,
You can
Rob's
flash
excited.
everyone up with
Good.
MFA, and we can thank
Perfect.
them individually.
Brittan, keep telling us because look, there's always somebody that's looking to make sure that like where can they get ahead, and they're trying to log in, they're trying to attack. I think the advanced identity, now we've got threat protection. These are already included in business premium, right, in the total price. So this isn't anything in addition to the money that it costs.
That's exactly right. This is a solution set that when partners really go to market and create solutions about being proactive about protection, the premium SKU provides them with a brilliant tool to wrap their services around and really boost their business. Anti-spoofing technology protection ensures that no malware element invades the emails, preventing impersonation from unauthorized sources. And it also helps to halt ransomware, preventing apps or scripts from accessing your files. You can work with encryption more further to provide an additional layer of security and enable those advanced protection capabilities from right inside the business premium offer. What's better? You can
Brittan,
also
I
configure
think
automatic
that,
updates.
oh gosh. So one thing I do want to hit on real quick is something was funny that happened because somebody was new to Pax8 and they got an email from John Street, our CEO, right? And they were like, what do I do? Like, I have a screenshot? Like, there's no way that what is happening. And so, even internally to Pax8, we're doing phishing tests all the time. And that was absolutely one of them. And, it's just so interesting to see how these all flow around. And just because the name, it caught this new employee so off guard that they were like, the CEO needs to talk to me. What do I do? And so they immediately wanted to go and respond. But, they sent a screenshot and I was like, that looks like the name's spelled wrong. Street has 2 E's up at the top. So, we're always even testing ourselves. And I think that's important.
That's one of the things that I love so much about Pax8. We're so committed to helping develop partners in that space as well, that we have trainings around things as simple as that, recognizing attacks and how to make sure that your end customers can do the same. Having tools to support you, especially ones that can automate your updates, are an incredible way to help support your end customers in that. So true.
Excellent.
I definitely also had some of my own tests thrown at me after joining Pax8. I had to read those emails closely myself, so I remember that time.
We all go through like the spelling. You should see like the fine tooth comb as like some of those emails. We start looking at them. I'm like, ooh, look, I'm not gonna say that I've never clicked one, but I passed most of them. Okay.
Oh, I understand.
All right. So we talked about those. What's our next point, Brittan? Because I think that we're really boiling this down into 5 main points, but I think there's so many great things about business premium. So let's move on to our next one of those key features.
That's so true. There are many reasons, but the one that's clocking in for us at number 4 is protecting sensitive data. So keeping data secure is a priority for every digitally driven business. When dealing with sensitive data like customer payment details, you need protection capabilities. And fortunately, Microsoft 365 Business Premium is equipped with advanced information protection capabilities that help safeguard confidential data against breaches or accidental loss by encrypting email and protecting against unauthorized access. So some of those features broken down are data loss prevention policies, DLP policies, that can help your organization identify and protect business sensitive information. This includes things like social security numbers, medical records, credit card numbers. These capabilities allow you to create and implement a data loss prevention strategy tailored to the organization's security needs. There's also message encryption, combines encryption and access rights. Those capabilities ensure that only intended recipients can view a message's content. Microsoft 365 Business Premium Message Encryption works with Outlook.com, Yahoo, and Gmail, many more others. And they also have Exchange Online archiving.
The amount of things that people put in emails, Britton. I mean, can you imagine just be-do, let me type in my social and put that in an email? Like that, I know that people do it, but it's terrifying.
It's a good place to think about nonprofits, for instance, businesses that run off of fundraising. That sensitive information is very important to protect. So yes, there's a lot of things that are being sent around the organizations, especially as hybrid work continues to grow throughout the globe.
Yes.
And it's very important for us to be on top of that wherever we can as partners, helping to empower our customers.
Absolutely. Let's move on to number 5.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, let's hop into number 5. So number 5 is a very popular one, managing BYOD environments. And so it's no surprise the future of work allows for bring your own device. And Business Premium helps you secure work data on personal devices. Sometimes employees use personal phones, tablets, laptops to access work data. And if your sensitive corporate data is being stored on someone's personal device, you'd want to make sure that that device was secure, right? By investing in Microsoft 365 Business Premium, you can prevent confidential files from being saved into insecure personal locations. And through the power of Intune's mobile device management, you can secure and manage employees' enrolled mobile devices like iPhones, iPads, Androids, and Windows phones, creating and managing device security policies. You can remote wipe an employee's device if it's lost or stolen to remove all the sensitive company data, or you can reset a device to factory settings and view detailed device reports. You can automatically wipe the data on an employee's device if they're no longer with the company. And safeguarding data like this will protect companies from theft and blackmail. Those are the top 5. I'm really curious to hear if any of those were surprising. And as Kristen mentioned, there are so many other reasons to invest in Business Premium for the SMB organization, but these are really the popular ones that we see among our partners and their customers.
100%. And I mean, I think that we live in this interesting bubble that, you know what, at Pax8, we have these devices that they send to us, and that's great. But if anything happens, let's say that I'm traveling and this computer gets left somewhere, I'd be able to contact IT. They'd be able to wipe it. No data's lost. Is that what we're going with here?
That's right. You're really able to work in a global team feeling like the information of your company is secure by being able to handle devices anytime, anywhere. Oh, last but not least, there's an unlisted reason I have to tell you about.
Ooh, I like unlisted. It's like a secret tip.
It is a secret tip. So for our US-based partners, there's a 2.5% incentive kicker that's being offered on the existing Business Premium Local Accelerator. And that brings it to a potential 7.5% return. There's no better time, especially for US partners, to be having that Business Premium conversation than right now.
Yep. So, I mean, that is specific for the US, but I think that that's something huge. Like, I mean, obviously, security is just such a hot topic. I mean, when you look at the FY23 Microsoft pillars, security, everything seems to be just circulating around. And I don't think that's going to change anytime soon. So, all these things we're talking about, from how do you collaborate effectively in a secure environment? How are you advanced identity? All of these are talking about the same thing. And the same, I mean, how neat is it that from this iPhone, I work from home, but guess what? When I jump in the truck and I head to Chick-fil-A and I'm waiting in line, I can answer a Teams message. I know, shocking, sitting in the Chick-fil-A line again. But look, I can sit there and actually answer Teams messages, but in a secure environment. So I think that overall, it's increasing productivity. We're making sure that they're safe, and there's an accelerator right now. So I don't know why. How many other reasons, Britton, do we need?
I did think of another reason while we were talking. So
nice.
Nonprofit. We had talked about nonprofit at the top of the call, and a couple little times when we were mentioning security to keep in mind how important this tool could be for nonprofit organizations. When you choose M365 Business Premium for a verified nonprofit, their first 10 seats are free. So providing the value of a seat like Business Premium for a nonprofit organization is a total game changer. It really helps to create that value-led service relationship by offering enterprise level security that may have once felt out of reach for a nonprofit.
Excellent. So I actually see in the chat, Todd's asking about, does Pax8 offer any assistance to create a sales guide to maybe send to their users and explaining the differences in standard versus premium? Because I think it's important to remember that we're dealing with these partners, but they've also got to go to their end users and make sure that not only they understand, but is there any resources that, we can help empower them to be able to have these conversations, Britton?
Well, not only do you have your incredible account management team, as well as your solutions consultants that are there to help you, but we also have a pro services team. If this is one of your first times really working with this and you'd like to help roll out, we can do that as well. We can bring up something right now, though, to help you visually capture the idea of the difference between business standard and business premium. So if you want to have a look at business standard, it's going to be a set of SKUs that can really enable just the beginning of what a full secure remote work environment would want. Let's see here.
Excellent. Excellent. No, and I mean, I think that's great because there's a big transition that's happening, because I think that business standard, when you look back in the day, that was the holy grail. That was the one that we were all trying to push everybody to. But as remote work has really taken off, business premium has continued to increase security. It's continued to increase just everything about it. They continue to just pull in little bits and pieces like Defender for Business. Now you've got Intune, which we're going to talk about in a soon episode, so stay tuned for that. But I want to go ahead and move on into some of just the common questions that we get, Britton. I think I already kind of kicked it off with Todd, but I want to make sure. So how do I make business premium work for my business? And how do I make sure that everybody realizes the value? Because I think this plays a little bit into what Todd was asking as well.
Absolutely. Really making the business premium offer work for your business is by realizing the full value of the offer and going to market proactively with that protection. So when you talk about having those Defender for Business abilities, having those Intune abilities, you really want to take that and lead with the services that wrap around that, allowing your end customers to know that security is front of mind for you as a partner, and that it is not something that you wait until it's too late to find that you needed security somewhere that you didn't have it. I think that that's one of the key reasons that people want to make sure that business premium comes up in conversation. The security layered into it is just next level. It's absolutely an enterprise grade SKU that's built for SMB.
It's funny, we used to be like, hey, you know what? You probably just need to work in, Excel and Word. And that's how we would go and sell it. We were like, hey, this productivity suite now, right? Man, I remember back when we started selling all these things, I was like, obviously you need to work in PowerPoint. That's cool. But now we're in here and we're saying, hey, not only do you get this great productivity suite, you're also getting plethora of information and security tools and everything to make sure that you're secure in your business. So we talked a lot about nonprofit, and you know what? I see that Josh in here is already ahead of the game. He's saying how business premium seats after the 10 free ones for nonprofits are also discounted. So, I mean, Britton, I know that nonprofits have a soft spot in your heart because you work so closely with them in previous roles and you're still working with them now. I mean, there's more than just business premium that's discounted. Isn't that right?
There certainly is. Yes. So there are volunteer grants for Business Basic. There are also valuable offers for Dynamics 365, Business Central, Azure, and more. So it's important to get those tools in the hands of these nonprofits and automate and secure these processes that probably take up a lot of hours better spent, especially in mission-driven businesses. And if you don't know why you should be using D365 Business Central, then you need to go find Matt's podcast with Kristen.
Absolutely, because look, I mean, all these super discounted prices, I mean, they can make sure that they're tracking all their income. They know where their people are. So there's so many great tools to make sure that they can really focus on what's important. Because I think sometimes we get a little lost in talking so deep about the techie portions that we're like, look, these end customers just need to go and do their jobs. They just need to do it in a secure fashion and be able to do it easily. And that's all these tools are.
And a lot of people don't know that Business Premium is something that can let you do all of these things in the same place. And by being a partner that knows how to own that message and take it out to your clients, it really does change what you're capable of providing as an MSP, especially in the nonprofit space. If you're looking to bring more social impact and responsibility to your organization, serving nonprofits is an important way that you can help. It's important to us at Pax8, and we're here to partner with you in that as well.
I love it. So partners don't have to start in Business Premium, Brittan. I mean, what makes sense for partners? You tell me, because I mean, we talk about you really should get into Business Premium, this and that, and it just might not be in the end customer's budget. So what are your thoughts there? Like, do they really have to start with the SKUs, something that they can maybe work their way into with proving value?
Yes, absolutely. I think that a lot of partners may want to take like a step through Business Standard. That is a SKU that we do know and love, especially in the SMB space. And by working to, think about Defender for Business as additional add-on to Business Standard. But you can see what's available in that SKU right here. And once you move over into Business Premium, which we can also bring up, you see a very, very large difference in what is available.
Can we bring up Business Premium, Rob?
Yep.
This one
Excellent.
is a screen and a half worth of tools, so that might be a part of it. You're gonna have to bring it up everywhere.
We have all of these boxes because there's so much stuff to just compare back and forth. Truly. Look at it all.
So when you can see that, you have your Windows 10 components being able to come to play here, you've got your identity here in the center, bringing Intune to the table to help with your mobile device management, as well as those Defender for Business offers. It is hard to compare the two, but yes, if you have to take a step through something, then you can take a step through Business Standard and add Defender for Business, experience what that looks like. But I do think that for most SMBs that have any sort of security at the forefront of what they're trying to do, Business Premium is a fantastic answer.
Excellent. So maybe partners aren't ready to migrate on their own. What kind of options does Pax8 have for them?
Absolutely.
Like, is there anything that we can help them with?
Yes, we help with M365 migrations for sure, especially when it comes to Business Premium. So when we're working into taking advantage of all the capabilities that we've covered today, a migration with our pro services team would be able to get you started right away. Help take the lead.
That pro services plug. I feel like I can feel Dom in the background from the game cheering right here. Okay, guys. So
and that's right. If you're not watching the game, plug in because they'll be teaching all of these things.
Oh my gosh, they dive in. So they got a whole hour. They go real deep into the subjects. It's fantastic. Make sure that you definitely check them out. But Brittan, before we wrap up, we talked a little bit about the Azure fraud issues. And I really just want you to hit on the importance of MFA for me, because that is absolutely the call to action if somebody's watching today, I think.
Every organization everywhere needs MFA. You need it on your personal accounts. You need it on your work accounts. 99.9% of identity attacks can be stopped with MFA. Take that home with you.
Excellent. That is what we are going to end it on. Brittan, thank you for your time today. It is always a pleasure. We hope to have you back here soon.
I hope to be back soon. Thanks so much. Have a great day.
Excellent. Thanks, Brittan. All right. Let me know what else you want to see in Technically Unraveled. We do have a nice little lineup going for what we want to see next, but would love to hear it from you. Please put that in the chat, the comments, all of that good stuff. Make sure you're subscribed. I know we talked about the game. They are tomorrow at 2 p.m. Mountain Time as well. So you want to check out Matt and Dom. Make sure to come back next Thursday. I'll see you then. Bye.